Good evening, folks. Welcome to today's session on Vedic astrology series. Today is a black day for me and my family as I have lost my uncle. Of course, he was ailing for quite a while. He's 84 years. He's completed 84 years as I speak now. So a black day has to be surrendered to the person, the planet that owns black. A black day has to be surrendered to the planet who's responsible for the Ayush or the longevity, and a black day has to be surrendered to the person who also owns the number 8 and today's 8th. We're talking about the planet Saturn, the ringmaster Saturn. So let me start this video offering my pranams to Lord Saturn. Nilanjana samabhasham rapiputram yamakrajam chaya marthanda sampodam tam namami Sanishwara. Nilanjana samabhasam, hey Lord Saturn, who's black in color. Hey Lord Saturn, you are the son of the Lord Sun and Chaya, and you're also the brother of Yama. I bow my head. So Saturn is a dreaded planet, and he's always feared by a lot of people because he always inflicts a lot of sufferings. But actually, he's a very good friend for all of us. He's a good friend for those who control their passion, and he's also a planet who transforms us, completely transforms. One who goes through the Saturn Dasha or the Sade Sati period, they come out with a big change in their life. And Saturn never tolerates arrogance or irresponsible behavior, and thus he stands, he punishes people who goes wrong and shapes them. So he's a friend and not a foe. So Saturn is basically designated to serve others in the cabinet ministry, and that's why he's called as the Karmakaraka. He's also the Ayushkaraka. We saw that he's responsible for longevity, first thing. Longevity in the sense if somebody is actually hit 80 plus years, it's definitely because of blessings of Saturn. That's a good side of Saturn, which many of us do not know. And second thing is he's the Karmakaraka. So in the cabinet ministry of the zodiac system, if you take, he's a person who's born to serve others. So 10th bhava he owns in the natural zodiac, which is the bhava for Karmakaraka. So if anybody has got Saturn in the 10th bhava, it means that he is born to serve people, and he will actually, land up being in service. And if and probably he may not be in government service, because if he's in a government service he may not get along with government because Sun is the enemy of Saturn, or he might actually go through a lot of suffering if he's working in a government company, government agency. But otherwise, he is a person of masses, and he's born to serve to people. He's born to provide his services to people, and he's a hardworking person. He puts in a lot of efforts because he owns. If you look at the natural zodiac system, he owns the Makara and the Kumbha Rashi. So Makara and Kumbha, if you look at the symbol itself, it's a person who's carrying a pot, a crocodile trying to go up. Trying to put in a lot of efforts. Okay, a lot of hard work, that goes into actually get the fruits. So Saturn is actually a friend who makes one suffer, who makes him puts in a lot of efforts, who goes through various aspects of life, inflicting sufferings. So he's a great teacher. He teaches in a very hard way. So without Saturn, human beings would have been eternally arrogant. Saturn is a slow-moving planet. That's why it's called as the Manda. Shanehi Charati Shaneshcharya. It's very slow and only slow. And astronomically as well, we know that he's very slow moving. It takes about 2.5 years for Saturn to move from one Rashi to another Rashi, which is like 1 degree every month, and no other planet is as slow as Saturn. And that's why he's called as the Manda. And he's responsible for all sorrows and miseries. He represents stone dressers, land tillers, well sinkers, and these are the people who actually, toil very hard for their square meal, right? Involving a lot of manual effort and not much of intelligence. So, a hard worker and a labor man who toils a lot, who has tremendous resilience. He represents farmers in agricultural land. He represents industrial laborers, and he's also a leader of poor masses, right? These are the people who actually toil hard to make both ends meet. Saturn always causes tension. How does he cause tension? He causes tension by delaying stuff. So the mantra for the day is tension and delay, because even as the planet he moves very slow, so that is nothing but delay. And whenever human beings go through delay, they are actually tensed. So Saturn is also a Jivanopagraha because he owns the Karma Bhava. Basically, the 10th Bhava is called as a Karma Bhava, where you actually put in efforts to earn your meal. And servants are required to be in the society, right? Um, so how does he look like a typical personality? Basically, he'll be a slim, tall person with a big nose. He'll look dirty. He'll be unhygienic. He'll be perspiring. He'll be smelling bad odor, ugly head, lot of hair all over the body, having thick nails and rough nails. Old. He's a lame person. He's a disabled. He's a hermaphrodite in gender. He's a lazy person. Gets into excessive sleep, and he talks a lot of lies. Actually, he's untruthful, and he consumes excess of drinks, and he's hard-hearted. Bears any type of difficulty. However, that's a good side of Saturn. He's most enduring and patient, and he's a little bit dull, and he likes pungent and bitter taste. He represents the poor class people, and typically they're act because he's a broker, he's also a middleman, and he's also something between life and death. So it could be an insurance agent. He's also a person who's involved in speculation, commission agents, civil and automobile engineers, or even automobiles for that matter. And typically this person is adamant in nature, is very stingy. He's dark, as I said, black represents Saturn, so anything that is black in color, dark in color is Saturn. And he's also an impotent person. Mercury, as I said, is also an impotent. Saturn is also an impotent planet. And he's a drunkard, and he has a lot of falsehood and conspiracy around him. And he also represents old clothes, scrap dealers, anything that is second-hand business dealing to scrap and old items, especially even iron, and even woolen and leather. And he also signifies farmers and rearing buffaloes. And he actually rules the west side, and his gem is blue sapphire, and his metal is iron, and he also represents gingerly oil and black grain. His tree is shami, and he also rules the winter season. He is the worshipper of Yama, as we said that Yama is Saturn's brother. And he also looks is also into litigation in court issues, a lot of misunderstanding and squabbles. He gets into a lot of misunderstanding and squabbles and property disputes, and troubles through old people. And there's also always a good side and bad side of a planet. So if we looked at it, I've covered both the good side and bad side. And whether a person will actually reflect the good nature of Saturn or the bad nature of Saturn, it depends on his lagna rashi and where Saturn is posited and his lordship. And that only through by reading the horoscope, or only by an experienced astrologer would be able to ascertain what is the kind of quality that can come out of this person. For for example, if you take Rishabha Lagna, Saturn becomes a Yoga Karaka. Why is a Yoga Karaka? Because he owns both the Kendra and the Trikona sign, being the ninth lord and the 10th lord. And what are the kind of diseases that Saturn can inflict? Anything that is chronic in nature, anything that is any disease related to old age, bones, anything related to bones, forgetfulness, piles, fistula, Parkinson's diseases, and then muscular cramps, arthritis, anything related to bones, ear problem, gastric diseases, even epilepsy for that matter, losing your mental balance, and which could lead to a tremendous outburst, degeneration of bones, which is again age related, wear and tear of kneecap, weakness, impotency, filaria, and he also rules the 6 month of pregnancy if in a female. So if a female is going through some problems during a 6 month of pregnancy, the child is prone to such diseases. after his 40 years of age, and he resembles black. His number is 8, and Saturn is actually powerful at night. So if there is what is something, what can happen in the night time, something like theft can happen in night time, so all that is responsible by Saturn. Sometimes even the intelligence become fool because of the influence of Saturn, right? Because in the night time the tamasic tatma is dominating, so the tamasic guna comes out, right? Saturn is born in Saurashtra, Krishna Paksha Chaturthi, and the Nishta star, which is owned by Moon. And he's a Kashyapa Gotra. He has green color body and 4 hands. He rules the west, and of course we saw that his gem is also blue sapphire. His chariot is blue colored, and the mandala is like the shape of a bow. His wife is Jeshta, and his vehicle is a blue bird. And his Shakti Devata is Shakti. His Adi Devata is Prajapati. Pratyadi is Yama, and Abhimani is Trimurtis, or nothing but Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The number of japas is 23,000. The number of homas is 2,300. The number of tarpanas is 230. The sacred wood for Havan is shami. And the rice or the charu that is offered is gingerly rice or black gram rice. And the idol that is made out of is metal iron. And the flower that is offered is shanka flower, shanka pushpa. The fire is Mahatejagni, and he rules the two zodiac signs in the natural zodiac, which is the Makara Rashi and the Kumbha Rashi. And his Mula Trikona is Kumbha, and he's exalted in he's exalted in Libra and debilitated in Aries. The Dasha period of Saturn is 19 years. His enemies are Sun, also Moon, and also Mars, and his friends are Mercury and Venus. Jupiter is neutral. And when Saturn is transiting through the houses 3, 6, and 11 from the Moon sign, it is supposed to be giving you good results. And his Graha Shanti days is 23 days, and preferably the Homa or Japa is done on a Saturday, and the Japa that is to be chanted is Om Sanishwara Namaha for 1008 times. And the gift that you need to give at the end of the Homa is a black cow. It really gives auspicious results. And we all know about the Sade Sati period. What is Sade Sati? When Saturn is actually transiting from your 12th house to, in your 12th house, and then to the first house, and then to the second house, which is the three signs, the two signs this side, and one sign this side of your Janma Rashi, and the other sign left and right side of your Janma Rashi. It's called the Sade Sati period. That's about 7.5 years, and that's supposed to be giving you a terrible tough times, but not always. It depends. It depends from one person to another person. The remedies that is suggested is you feed the crow, avoid black color items, avoid entertainment activities on a Saturday or a day that is dominated by 8. What do I mean by a day that is dominated by 8? Days which add up to 8, like for today it is an 8th, or 17th, 1 plus 7 is 8, or 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. You need to actually help the disabled people, because Saturn is supposed to be a disabled person. You can donate wheelchairs on a Saturday, and you can also donate gingerly oil, or you can actually light a till oil in Sanishwara temple. Some of these could actually give a good amount of relief. With that, we come to the end of this session about Saturn. Hope you like this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section. I'd like to answer your queries. Happy to answer your queries. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye.